everyone. So this is my weigh-in for Thursday, or check-in, I suppose. I almost feel like these videos are pointless, except for there's an opportunity for me to just talk to you guys for a bit about what's going on. Today I went rock climbing, so that's why I look like kind of, you know, all messy with my hair all ugh. But, oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I have been wanting to do it forever. In fact, I was talking to Death of a Fat Man a long time ago about how I really wanted to start rock climbing, and I didn't think I could do it. And I had looked into rock climbing gyms in Seattle, but I hadn't actually got around to doing anything. And I moved here, and it just sort of was like out of my mind. And when Jess told us we had to pick one new exercise, I immediately thought rock climbing, because I've always been fascinated by it, and I've always thought that people who are rock climbing are really cool. They look really cool, you know. But I have the one setback, which is the EPPK that I have on my hands and feet. It's a mild case, but it still hinders me from doing a lot of stuff. It took a long time for me to be able to run because it used to make my feet crack and bleed, and it was horrible. But like seriously, rock climbing today, I almost cried at one point because I was doing it, and it's exhausting for the fingers and for your arms, and I mean, because you have to put a lot of weight on your legs and stuff. But when you're doing bouldering and you're going up anything that's tilted back away, so you're actually fighting against gravity, you're hanging from your hands, and it's just exhausting. And the fact that I was even able to do some of that, and I was not able to do most of it, the fact that I did some of that, I mean, that's huge. Going from not being able to like open bottles or anything to like nowadays I can open bottles, I can open cans, and now I can like rock climb. I mean, it's just like, I've never even been able to do the monkey bars. I can't do pull-ups because I have no grip. I have no ability in my hands, and I went rock climbing, and I was actually doing it without a harness, going up the wall. It was crazy fun. Anyway, so we were there for like 2.5 hours, and we found this place. It's not in Anaheim. I don't know where it is. It's a little northeast of where I live in Anaheim, but it's called Rock City, and it is like the coolest place ever. And I'm not going to be able to talk about it a bunch in my thing for Jess because those videos have to be less than 3 minutes. So I'll just say right here, if you live in the area and you want to try rock climbing, Rock City. It's $12 to go plus $5 to rent a harness and shoes. And you can get a monthly pass and buy your own shoes if you're going to be going a lot, which is what I'm going to end up doing probably after Christmas time. But that's not that expensive for a one-time thing, and they teach you how to use the harnesses. You got to go with a partner, so you have somebody to relay you, unless you just want to go bouldering, which is when you go up the walls without a harness. I'm sorry, Maddy she had some catnip, and she's like acting wacko right now. Anyway, it was just amazing. It burnt like, I was extremely conservative at the time. I said we went for an hour, even though that we were there for 2.5 hours, because, you know, sometimes we were learning, and sometimes I was holding the rope while Denise was climbing or whatever, but I put in an hour, and it was 750 calories. And it was just exhausting. We were just sweating, and we were like shaking at the end of it, because your muscles just get so tired. I mean, you think that you're just climbing, but that's not what it is. It's like actually holding onto the walls, and like every muscle in your body, like, I think of all the places that are sore the most, my abs are the most sore, because you're holding your body. Even if you're relaxed and you're not nervous, your whole body is concentrated on keeping these grips on the wall as you continually shift your weight and shift the pose you're holding. But it's like I find it's the equivalent of like super intense yoga, where you're holding these crazy poses, and it's about endurance and muscle strength, and oh, I love it. So I want to go about once a week, maybe twice a week, and I'm really excited. Other than that, my BLOGTV show is every Wednesday, and it's doing really, really well, and I am going to work something out like once a month for everybody in Europe. At some point that will happen, but probably not for a couple weeks. Anyway, I recorded that show, not the whole show, because I can't record that much, but I recorded a half-an-hour question and answer session, and I talk about tons of stuff: what to wear when running, why water's important, hydration, how to start out making a menu for yourself when you're starting to lose weight, how I organize my time and my days to work at home, how to start a small business. I talk about a lot of stuff, how to transition to eating raw and why going raw too fast is bad. It's about a half-an-hour video of just straight question and answers. And then I also did another little video that's a sample day of like a day in the life of eating raw and how I usually do it at 80% raw. So those videos are available. Anyway, that's basically all that's happening in my life. I haven't been eating that great of food. I've been doing my best during the day. At night, it's a little not good. I've kind of just been eating what I end up eating. But I have been within my calories, so that's really exciting. And God, rock climbing today just fueled a lot in me that's been missing, so I feel very excited and invigorated and all those good things. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. I recommend, if you haven't tried one of those exercises that's just out there in your mind, do it, because it's going to fire a passion in you. Even if that's not the exercise you do all the time, it's going to fire something in you that's going to make you want to do other things. You know, last year I did whitewater rafting, which was exhausting, and you know, you're just wet and freezing, and it's scary, and it's very hard, but it was like that fueled me into going back into running and doing, you know, that forever, just because of the passion for that feeling, the exhilaration, the high of the activity. And rock climbing is something I've always wanted to do, and doing it now is just, I want to start running, like now. I really do. I have like this fire to be athletic again, and it's very exciting. So anyway, with that all said, thank you for watching. I will see you on Sunday for my weigh-in and check-in and whatever else Jess wants us to do for Jess's Christmas Losers Challenge. And Monday for BTYL and Weight Loss Losers. And I'll see you later.